It's recording. Okay, then usually I would say welcome. Today we're going to be playing Aventuria the Adventure Card Game with special guests from Price Learning Keys. Say hello, Price Learning Keys.
Hello, I'm Dr. Price from Price Learning Keys,
Welcome.
known as Granny Gamer.
All right. And which character are you going to be controlling today?
La Uriel, Treetop Glint.
All right. And I'm going to be controlling Talva Garl Hiltildir. She's a warrior. Okay, so for this game, we'll get started. Every player draws 5 cards, and then you go through the adventure. The adventure we're going to be doing today is Saving Silvana. So let's go ahead and draw our 5 cards if we're both ready. We're going to have 4 fate points, 2 fate points each in the middle of the table for when the adventure starts. That's our pool that we can use. Fate points can be used to either draw a card, get an extra endurance, which is what you use to play cards, or to re-roll a test. Okay. And Mom, don't worry about being all specific and stuff. I'm just, I'm just kind of.
No, this is just a dry run, just to see what it's like,
Mhm.
I'm fine.
Okay, I think that's it. Yeah, I think we draw our 5 cards. Well, maybe we do the story first and then we draw. So do you want to read the Saving Silvana story?
Havena in the year 993 BF. Your friend Alrik has asked you to help him rescue his friend Silvana, who was abducted by vicious pirates. He shows you some tracks that lead down a ladder into a system of subterranean cellars. As you prepare to head in, Alrik suddenly remembers that another urgent matter. They had another urgent matter to attend, typo. He says a hasty goodbye before you even make it far enough to kick in the first door. When you burst through the door, you stare into the wrinkled face of a blue-skinned kobold in a bright yellow loincloth, who is talking to a group of goblins. The kobold recovers quickly from the shock of your interruption. He yells at the goblins, "Go get him! Go get them!" and quickly turns himself invisible. The goblins look at each other unsurely and take flight. Quickly, you try to intercept them.
Right. Each hero makes a body control roll. So each of our heroes has stats. In this game, you have to roll under the hero stats. For Talva, her body control is 14, so I have to roll a 14 or less to get a success. If I roll a 1, that's a critical success, because lower is better in this game. And if I roll a 20, that's a critical failure. So we'll both make our rolls.
Okay, my character is 10, so I have to roll below 10.
Okay. Right, come on. Let's intercept these goblins. I got a
10 on the money.
15. So I failed. You got a success. So do you want to read your success and I can read my failure?
My success. You catch one of the goblins, but he breaks away from your grasp and runs away up the ladder and into the street, where he vanishes into the midst of the undercity. One goblin less for you to fight later.
And for Talva, you are not fast enough, and one of the goblins escapes. For each hero that fails the body control roll, pick one coward goblin from the pile of henchman cards and place it nearby. He will take part in the next combat as an additional opponent. All right, so this little guy is going to end up coming out later. Okay, let's continue the adventure.
You venture into the depths of the dungeon. The racket must have startled the other denizens because you don't see another soul. You discover abandoned quarters in a row of jail cells that turn out to be empty apart from the crumbling skeleton of an unfortunate former inmate. One hero makes a perception roll. Decide as a group who of you will make the roll.
Okay, let's see. Talva's perception is Larry. Her perception is 12.
Mine is 12.
Okay. It's a tie. I can randomly pull a coin and we can see.
Sure.
All right. So randomly it's you. What's her
Okay.
name again? Lightfoot.
Lyurel.
Lyra. Okay. Go ahead and make your perception roll.
4.
Okay.
Success. You find a secret tunnel. This will provide you with an advantage over your quarry. At the beginning of the following combat, each hero may draw an additional card. As a reminder, each hero should now draw an action card and place it face down in front of them.
Okay, so each one of action cards are our hero cards. So normally you start with 5. We'll be able to start with 6. So we'll each draw one of our
I
cards.
just put one there.
Put that face down. Good job. All right, let's continue the adventure.
You look You look everywhere, but cannot find any trace of Silvana or her captors. The only thing that catches your eye is a big mural covering one of the walls. Behind it, you can make out faint noises, as if there were a secret room. One of you should take a closer look. One hero makes a knowledge roll. Decide as a group who of you will make the roll. My knowledge is 8.
Okay, my knowledge is 10, so I guess Talva will try to figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
8, that is a success. It says, after searching for a while, you find a mechanism with which to open the secret door. Without wasting any more time, you open the door and storm towards your unsuspecting foes.
All of a sudden, you find yourself in front of a motley band of pirates, orcs and goblins that slipped past you earlier. They attack you immediately. Among ranks of enemies, you spot the kobold, who laughs at you mockingly and makes your life difficult with his vicious magic spells. You don't know why he is acting in this vile way. All you know is that he is protected by powerful kobold magics that block all attacks if you can't figure out his name. In order to do so, you can either try to make some wild guesses using your knowledge of magical creatures, challenge the kobold to a singing contest, and trick him into revealing more information, or butter him up with charming words to get him to spill his name. Of course, the other villains won't leave you in peace while you do that.
Okay. So we have completed the adventure phase, and each adventure ends up with a combat. So now what we have to do is assemble all Saving Silvana cards. The combat starts. So with all the Silvana cards are here. We've got the kobold. He's the leader of the fight. We don't know his name. We'll have to try to figure out his name. And he has life is the number of players times 3. So he's going to have 6 life, 8 dodge, no shields. And his actions are the number of players. So he'll go twice each game. So 2 times 3 is 6. We'll go ahead and put 6 life above his card. Then we have hero action guess name. So the next is it costs 1 endurance. Every hero can try to do this 1 time per turn. We can use craft, knowledge, or persuade. And he gets 3 tokens times the number of adventures. Every time we get a success, we get to remove a token. And once we reveal his name, when all counters are removed, we learn the name of the kobold, and then we can attack him. Until then, he's protected by his magical kobold shield. Next, we're going to assemble the henchmen. So it says the henchman's threat value is the number of heroes. Again, that's 2 times 5. So we get 10 points of henchmen, and the cowardly goblin cards come into play. So the first cowardly goblin, it has 1 point. That's that in that upper corner there. So we need 9 more points. So the first henchman, and these henchmen are made up of orcs and pirates. So we have Basso the Red. He's a pirate. He's worth 6 points. So now we're up to 7 threat. So we need 3 or more. And we have Tyric Shaman, which is 5 points. So he is a orc mage. 15 life, 1 defense, 1 action. Basil the pirate has 18 life. No evasion, 1 defense, and 1 action. So these are both pretty high threat enemies, actually. So could be tougher fight than anticipated. And lastly, we have the time scale. So at the end of each round, we remove a time token. And we see if there's any additional actions we have to take. So I'll just put the life tokens above these guys. So the goblin has 5 life. Basil the Red has 18. And the Tyric Shaman.
Basil the Red, and who else?
Tyrak Shaman. He is an orc mage. If opponents with the keyword orc are immediately to the left or right of this card, reduce the result of their action dice by 2 to a minimum of 1. So whenever this shaman has an orc next to him, he makes them stronger.
Okay.
They get to reduce their rolls by 2. Right now, he doesn't have any orcs next to him. So that's good for us. I don't see any other special rules for anybody else. Okay. Then we can draw our cards and we'll randomly see who is the first player. So I have the first player token here.
And we still have our 6 cards. Let's go.
Yes. And we'll flip this over and see. So I will be the first player. I just flipped over Talva's token.
Okay.
Put these back up. So both of us go ahead and draw your initial 5 cards plus the extra one. So a total of 6 cards. And you can take a mulligan with your first draw if you want. If you want a mulligan cards, you can set them to the side and shuffle them back in. We both start with 40 life each. And let me take a look at deck here. So my Talva's basic attack is a melee, so it would be beneficial if I had some type of ranged attack that would allow me to attack twice. So I don't see that right now. I think what I'm going to do is I am going to mulligan 5 of these cards. I'm going to draw 5 more. I have to keep that next 5 that I drew, and then I'll shuffle in the mulligans back into my deck.
I'm not going to mulligan.
And then the way the player turn order goes is the first player goes. First, the players go, and then at the end, all the enemies will activate. And then that'll be the end of the round. So I have my mulligan. I'm the first player. And I'm not 100% sure on the rules if you have to do it by player or if you can do it at the same time. We usually play that you do it at the same time. So everybody can now draw 2 cards from their deck for their endurance. So you start every turn, you draw 2 cards. So right now we have a total of 8 cards, and then you can put up to 2 cards into your endurance. And your endurance pile is what you use to pay for your cards to do actions. So I am going to put one. What do I want to put down? Oh, this is kind of tough. I'm gonna put down 2. Okay, so I've got 2 cards in my endurance pile. And then I'm gonna go ahead and start my turn. So we know that in order to beat the kobold, we can't attack him yet. So we'd have to make a craft roll, a knowledge roll, or a persuade roll. I could do that, or I could equip something and attack. I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to spend 1 endurance, and I'm going to go ahead and equip Talva with some throwing knives.
Okay.
This is a ranged attack. So the reason I'm doing this is that in future turns, hopefully she can do an attack with her melee. Okay, so now I have 1 endurance left. So it costs an endurance to guess his name. So I can either try to use the endurance or I can do an attack. And it's kind of early, so I think I am going to attack. So I'm going to use my second endurance point to do her basic attack. So Talva needs a 13 or less when she does a melee attack to use her basic equipment knife. So I
Okay.
need a 13 or less. I am going to attack the cowardly goblin. There's nothing in this mission that says we can't attack anybody except for the kobolds, so any of these guys can be attacked. And since the cowardly goblin is the weakest one, I'm going to try to get rid of him. A 16 is a miss. So she whiffs with the knife. Since she misses, she gets a fate token that she can use in future turns. She can't spend this right away to try to go again. So that is it for her turn. And then we go over to the second player.
Okay. Got 2 endurance I'm putting down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. This is a let's see there. I'm gonna add I'll use 1 endurance. Wait, I want to do it this one. 1 endurance to add poison to the weapon.
Well, right now you don't have a weapon out.
Oh, I don't. She doesn't have a regular weapon.
I'm, you know,
Throwing knife.
I am not
Okay.
sure that you can add poison to her basic knife. I am not 100%
Oh.
sure.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
You
okay.
might be able to, though. Go ahead and you want to read that card to me? You want to
Okay, it says use on a hero's weapon to add 1 extra point.
of damage? I guess you
Mm-hmm.
can. I mean, I guess you
And
can.
that's all it says.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be attached to, it says basic equipment knife. Does anything else say weapon on it? I think what you probably have to do is, I don't know if you can see my screen, but see in the
I
bottom
can
half,
see it. Mm-hmm.
it says weapon in the bottom corner of this card.
Mine says equipment.
Right. So what I'm saying, since your basic weapon says equipment, you probably can't put it on that.
Okay.
On your
Okay.
basic card, on your basic card at the bottom, does it say equipment or weapon? Mine says equipment on mine. Does yours say
My
on life?
basic, it says equipment.
Yeah, so you probably can't put it on that.
Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna use 2. I'm showing your cards just to make sure I'm playing correctly. I'm gonna add magical aptitude to my magic.
Okay, good. Yep. So you just slide that under. Yeah, and you can show the cards anyways, because it's good. Because I'm putting the screen on your side when I'm
Okay.
recording so people can see your side closer. So if you were showing them how to play, you would be holding the card up. So that's
So
good.
those two endurance are done.
Okay.
I have a free magic spell, I believe, Frigofarius.
Okay, so so that cost 0. So that means you can put it in your lane for 0. But it costs 1 to actually do it in the bot. So if you look on the bottom where it has that little 1 in the card,
Okay.
but that's still good to play. So that means on your next turn, you can
Mm-hmm.
have the opportunity to do a thing. And I probably put your endurance. It's okay if your endurance that you spent is off the screen so that people can
Okay.
see your lane. So that it's just your. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's good. And then that would be the end of your turn, unless you have any
Okay.
more 0 cards that you can play.
Nope.
Okay, so then we go to everything still says stays exhausted if it was exhausted because you don't refresh until the end of the turn. Okay, so then we go to the enemy's turn.
And I could actually put them up here.
Yep, yep. So first up, the kobold with no name is going to go. He gets 2 actions. So I'll roll for his first action, and then you can roll for his second action. So first thing this guy is going to do, 13, he is going to do evil laughter. Okay, now you go ahead and roll for his second action.
D20.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Is that the eye?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So that is a critical success for this evil goblin, which means in addition to doing the worst thing possible to us, he will get another action. So let's see. He is going to do a kobold curse. The hero with the most endurance cards returns 1 random endurance card back into their hand. So it's a tie, so we can choose. So since I've already played a weapon, I'll take 1 random endurance card from my deck and put it back into my hand. Okay.
Okay.
And he gets another action. So why don't you go ahead and roll the D20 again and we'll see what else he gets.
10.
Right. A 10. That is healing spell. Heals all of his fellow warriors for 5. And luckily for us, nobody is hurt, so he won't do anything. All right, then I'll go ahead and roll for the cowardly goblin. It's his turn to attack. You got an 8. An 8 is nothing. He looks for an escape route. Okay. Why
I have
don't
a
you go
okay.
ahead and roll for Basil the Red?
16.
All right, let's see what this guy does. Nothing. He shouts a pirate curse. And then I will go ahead and roll for Tyrick Shaman. He gets an 8. A magic attack. The hero with the most fate suffers 1d6 plus 2. So I do have a fate coin. So the attack is against me. Each hero has an evade value. Talva's is 7. So if she rolls a 7 or less, she takes half damage. So let's see if she can evade this magic blast. Come on, 7 or less. 10, nope. She takes the full brunt of the blast. 1d6 plus 2. 2 plus 2, 4 damage. Talva gets hit by the magic blast, taking her from 40 down to 36 life. That is all the enemies. And last but not least, we remove a time counter. We'll take a time counter off the mission. We'll check to see if it says anything. So right now it has a 6. Nothing happens until we get to 5. And then at the end of the round, I pass the first player token to the other player. So now they're first player. We refresh our cards. Refresh your endurance or move your endurance to wherever you want to say that the active endurance is.
Here it is. It's up at the top next to my character.
And then we can begin. So you will draw 2 cards. And you can put up to 2 cards into your endurance pile. And then you can make do your turn.
Hmm.
Yep. So the first step
Okay.
would be to put
I
cards.
gotta put 2 down. I gotta decide what I want to do. Yeah, I want to do. I want that. Yeah, so
Decisions.
I
Well, remember,
know.
a melee weapon would be good if you had one because you already got a magic out. So that means you can do at least 2 attacks already. Sometimes you might want to put your expensive cards in your endurance pile because you might not be able to play them as soon as you would like. So they're not really giving you that value.
Okay, I'm gonna. Mm, okay, I put down 2. I'm
Okay.
ready.
And remember, we can't damage him until we guess his name. So that's a craft, knowledge, or persuade roll. If you would like to guess his name, you can only try that once per turn. Otherwise, you can.
Um, craft is 8. Knowledge is 8. Persuade, you said?
Mm-hmm.
It's a 10. I can try it. I mean, do I pay for it to try it?
Yeah, it costs 1 endurance to do it. Mm-hmm.
No, I want to use my endurance for something else.
Okay.
Yeah, not this roll. Okay. All right. I'm ready.
Go for it.
So I'm going to use 3 endurance to add +3 to my weapon.
Okay.
So then now my weapon
So
is
yeah, just hold that card up so folks can see. That is called anatomy.
anatomy. Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that adds +3 to your ranged attack.
Mm-hmm. And slide that under, which now my range would be 15
Yep.
instead of 12. Okay. And then for this round, I'm going to do a magic attack with the Frigafraxis.
Sure. I would say, does that do 1d6?
It does 1d6.
So your throwing knives also do 1d6. So it'd be easier for you to hit with your throwing knives if you use that.
Okay, that's right. Okay, I'll do
Because for
that.
magic, you have to roll like an 8, and for your throwing knives, you have to roll a 15.
So I'll play 1 endurance
Mm-hmm.
to throw my knife. So less than
Okay,
50.
yep. And then you would turn the card sideways to show that you have used that attack. Your hero card. Yep, yep, because that's your basic attack. Mm-hmm.
And then
And who are you attacking?
ah hmm.
The
Who's
cowardly goblin only has 5 life, but it's up to you if you want to attack somebody else.
Let me do the lion. Goblin, cowardly goblin.
Okay, so go ahead. She whips out the throwing knives. Needs a 15 or less.
3.
All right, that's a hit. He doesn't have evade, so go ahead and roll damage.
Damage is D6 or 20s.
The D6.
2.
All right, so he takes 2 damage, but he's got 3 life left. Okay.
Okay.
That's it on your side. All right. So for my side, I am going to put these 2 cards into my endurance. So now I have an endurance of 4. And I think the first thing we will do, we are going to use 1 endurance to try to guess the kobold's name. That's craft, knowledge, or persuade. Persuade is 8. Nope, craft is 10. Knowledge is 10. So we're going to use our knowledge. We need to roll a 10 or less. And I believe his name is a 5. So something I'm getting closer. So 1 comes off. We need 5 more successes to clear that. Okay, so now that I have done that, I think I will spend an endurance. And I'm going to attack the cowardly goblin with my knife, my basic knife. I need a 13 or less. A 4, that's a hit. That does 1d6 damage. Let me go ahead and roll up this 1d6. 2 more damage. That is unfortunate. But you can't reroll damage. So he takes 2 more. He's got 1 life left. And even though I think I'm just going to keep him alive and use my last 2 endurance. Yeah, I mean, he'll be easy to kill next turn. So I have, wait, where's my 4th endurance? What did I do? Oh, I only have 3 endurance because last turn I had to pull that card back into my hand. So I only had 3 endurance instead of 4. So I can't do what I wanted to do. So I'll spend my last endurance to use the throwing knives. And I'll go ahead and throw those at the goblin. And that's going to cost 10 or less. 8 is a hit. 1d6 plus 1 damage. 5 damage. So the cowardly goblin takes the knife to the chest and collapses. 1 down. And that is the end of my turn. Okay. Next, we go back to the bad guys. So I'll go ahead and roll first for the kobold's first action. He got a 20. That is nothing evil laughter. That is a critical failure. So he loses the rest of his turn.
Okay.
Fantastic. All right. So you can go ahead and roll for Basil the Red.
9.
A 9. So he is going to attack a random hero suffers 1d6 plus 3. All right. So let's see who the random hero is. We'll go ahead and mix these tokens up. He has his eye on. Uh-oh. So that attack is coming your way. The first thing you can do is try to evade. So in the upper right-hand corner of your card, what's your evade number?
6.
Okay, so you have to roll 6 or less to take half damage.
Nope. Critical fail.
Okay, that won't count for anything with an evade roll.
Okay.
No, that's a critical success.
Oh, it is?
Yes.
Oh.
So that's the I, which means you rolled a 1. So you got a critical success. That means you get to draw a card.
Oh.
And then you're going to take half damage. So go ahead and roll your D6. It's 1d6 plus 3.
2.
2 plus 3 is 5. So half of that. So round it up. It's 3 points of damage, which I believe takes you down to 37 life.
37. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you rolled for Basil the Red. I'll go ahead and roll for the Tyrax Shaman. He got a critical success, which means he gets an extra action. Attack, the starting hero suffers 1d6 plus 6 damage. That's a really tough magical attack. So go ahead and try to evade again. 1d6 plus 6. So try to evade.
20.
Ooh, that is a critical fail.
Oh, gosh.
That means you are going to take your cards in your hand, shuffle those, and randomly put one in your discard pile. So that card will be out of the game. And then once you've done that, it's just a random card. Once you've done that, go ahead and roll a d6, and we'll see how much damage you take. 1d6 plus 6, so he hits you with a full blast of a magical attack.
2.
So 8 damage. That takes you down to 29. And then go ahead and roll a d20. Since he got that critical success, he will act again.
11.
Orc Curse. Until the end of the combat, remove 1 fate from the middle of the table. So we now only have a pool of 2 more. So one of our fate tokens is out of the game. Okay. Then we remove 1 time counter as the last part for the enemy's activation. We check the time scale. So there's 5 counters. We are at 5. So it says draw a new henchman card and place it to the right of the other opponents. So another henchman will join the battle. It is an Orc Archer. He's got 15 life, no evade, 1 shield, and 1 action. So Orc Archer comes out with 15 life. Okay. We'll just get 15 life out for him. And then pass the first player token over to me. We will refresh our cards and draw 2 endurance. So I'll take the first player token, refresh my endurance, which is only 3. I'll have to remember that, and draw 2 cards. Okay, so what do I want to do? Okay, I'm gonna put this one into endurance, and what else into endurance? I guess I will. I'll put this one into endurance. So now I have a total of 5 endurance. And we definitely got some trouble here. I don't like the mage because the mage is gonna make this archer heal or attacks stronger since they're both orcs. So I'm thinking maybe we target this shaman, the orc shaman, and try to get rid of him. All right, so I've got let's see, I've got 5 fate. So if I spend 3, I can put this out. And I think what I'll do is, oh, I should probably do that. So I'll take back one of my endurance. I'm going to put my throwing daggers into endurance. Oh, that'll only give me 1 attack. I shouldn't do that yet. I take that back. I'll stick to the plan. Okay. I am going to, this is a tough choice because I feel like I need to try to guess his game, but then I can't do the attacks. if I do that. Because if I spend 3, and then I can just see how badly I hit him. Okay, we'll go for it. So I'm gonna spend 3 endurance, and Tava is gonna equip her trident.
Okay.
So that is a melee weapon. It does 1d6 plus 2 damage. And if I miss with my attack roll with the trident, I get 2 fate instead of 1. So first we put the trident into our lane. Then I'm gonna spend 1 endurance, and I'm gonna attack with the trident. I am going to attack the shaman. 2 is a hit. He is gonna take 1d6 plus 2 damage. So let's see. 1d6 plus 2. Come on, big numbers, big numbers. All right, 6 plus 2, that's 8 damage. Can't ask for anything better than that. That takes him from 15 down to 7. Okay, 7 life. And you can't re-roll damage with fate coins. So I think what I'll do is I will go, well, I guess his name, or do I need to hit him one more time? How many attacks you can do? Maybe 2 attacks on your turn?
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I think I'll hit him one more time. So I'll spend my last endurance, and hopefully this is not a mistake. Because I'm really trying to kill this guy. Or at least getting softened up enough for you. I'll spend my last endurance and try to hit him with the throwing daggers. I need a 10 or less. Alva whips out the knives, throws them at the Tyrak Shaman. She got a 3. That's another hit. 1d6 plus 1 damage. Come on, big numbers. Nope, just 2 damage. But we'll take it. So she just grazes him with the daggers.
So if I have a red card,
Yes, you can play
and
it.
it says play this card after a hero's damage roll.
Yes, you can do that for whatever the
What kind of attack was that?
ranged.
Range attack to add
Simple.
4 to the attack.
Okay,
It costs 2.
so you'd have to
Mhm.
spend 2 endurance.
Okay, so that's this card.
Well, aim shot. Ooh, okay. So yes, it doesn't say yes. So you can make that
Okay.
get 4 to my damage roll, which I
Then
rolled a 2
I
plus.
exhaust 2 endurance.
Yep. So he has 1 life left now.
Okay.
Right, fantastic. Which means all you have to do is hit him, and that's a guaranteed kill. Okay, good job. That is how you use a reactive card.
All
If you
right.
hold that up again, real quick for others to see, any cards with the red highlight can be played out of turn, and those cards go to your discard pile instead of to your lane. So that's a
Mhm.
good example of teamwork. Okay, I am done. I spent all my endurance, and we will hand it over to you
I have to draw 2
if you have
endurance.
not drawn 2 already. Yep.
I hadn't. Okay. Mm. Okay, so I'm going to put down 1, 2 endurance. Then I'm going to use 2 endurance. 1, 2 to add +2 to my ranged attacks.
Okay, I think that there is a limit. Um, how much does that give you? Is it 17?
Yeah.
Okay, I think you're still fine. But I think
Okay.
that's the most that you can add to one skill.
Okay. 17. All righty. Then I will only needs one. But oh, I have two. Oh, okay. So I will do one ranged attack
Okay.
on the what's the guy?
The shaman that
The
has one
shaman.
life left.
One that has one life with one endurance.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be have to roll under a 17. Two?
All right, that's a hit. Go ahead and roll. This is your basic throwing knives.
Three.
3 damage. That will kill the shaman.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Take him out.
Then I can use a magic attack, right?
Yep. Or you can try to guess his name with your last endurance.
What do I need to have to guess his name?
It's going to be craft, knowledge, or persuade.
Craft is 8, knowledge is 8, persuade is 10. Okay, I'll try to guess his name.
Okay.
So I have to have below 10, 10 or below. Nope, 19.
Okay. But you will get a fate point.
Okay.
And you got 29 life. And again, a fate point can be used to reroll. It can be used for an endurance. And it can be used to draw a card.
Okay.
Okay, then we go to the enemy phase. So why don't you go ahead and roll first for the kobold, and we'll see what he does this round. It's 2 actions.
7.
7. That is heat weapon. The hero with the most fate takes one of their weapons in play back into their hand or lose 2d6 damage. If they have no weapons, nothing happens. Okay, well, first of all, both of us have 1 fate, so we can pick. And you don't have any weapons in your hand because your spell is not a weapons card.
Okay.
So we'll pick you and nothing will happen.
Okay.
Okay, then I'll roll for his second action. What he does. 4. Of course, it's very high. Kobold Scolding. The hero with the most cards in their hand discards 1 card randomly.
I only have
I
one
have
card.
1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 cards in my hand. How many do you have?
1.
1 card in your hand?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so then it's me, so I have to discard 1 randomly. Shoot, that is not the one I wanted to lose.
Oh no.
Oh well, I guess she'll stick with her throwing knives this turn. Okay, so he made me get rid of that. Let's see. Why don't you go ahead and roll for Basil the Red? We'll see what he does.
2.
Oh, that's a high roll. Attack. The starting hero suffers 1d6 plus 5. That is me. I am the starting hero. Let's see, can Tava evade? He does not evade. 1d6 plus 5 damage. 11 damage. That is a horrible, horrible thing. So she goes from 36 all the way down to 25. That's bad. And then I'll roll for the Orc Archer. 10. He is going to attack. The starting hero suffers 1d6 plus 2. So he's going to take a shot at me also. Talva tries to evade. That's a critical success, so I'll take half damage and I get to draw a card. 1d6 plus 2. 1 plus 2 is 3, so I take 2 damage. So I just get grazed by that arrow. Still getting pretty low on life, though. Then we remove 1 time counter. There's 4 time. So nothing happens yet, but when we get to 3, another henchman comes out. We definitely got to try guessing his name. I'll pass. Yeah, because there's 3 rounds. I'll pass the first player token to you,
Okay.
and we can refresh our cards, refresh your endurance, and then draw 2 cards.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put down 1 endurance.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
My turn.
Yep, it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm gonna play 1 endurance
I don't know why this is blurry.
for reconnaissance to draw 1 card.
Okay. So that is not a red card, so that goes into your lane. So
Oh,
the way it works is you paid 1 to play that card. Down there with the little arrow, does it also cost an endurance to use it? Hold it back up for the camera. Yep.
1.
So you play 1 to play it, and then it costs 1 endurance, and then you can draw 1 card.
Okay.
But do you want to spend another endurance on this turn, or do you just want to save that for later
I'll just wait. I may play it later in the
after you see what how everything else went? Okay.
yeah, right. Okay. Um, so I want to all right, I want to shoot the let's see who we have up here. I want to guess his name first.
Sure.
I play 1,
Mm-hmm.
try to guess his name. So I need
Is craft, knowledge,
10
or
or,
persuade?
10 or less. Nope.
You can spend a fate coin, or you can get another fate coin. Okay, so that'll go back into the middle of the pool.
Do I get to roll again?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Do I have to play another
No, you don't. Just you don't like this. Roll again.
10?
All right, so
If
we're getting closer, so that takes him down to
my
4.
persuade is 10.
Yep. Getting closer to guessing his name, so we need 4 more successes, and then we can attack him.
Okay, so now I want to attack the who has damage on him? Nobody?
Nobody is damaged. Basil the Red has 18 life, and the Archer has 15. I'll probably try to double team the Archer. Maybe we can get rid of him if we can
Okay,
both.
I'll put it on the archer. I'll use my throwing knife on the archer.
Okay, so that's 1 endurance. Unless you already moved it and I didn't see.
18.
That is a miss. You get a fate
Okay,
coin. You cannot use the fate coin again right now, though.
I'll use my spell
Mm-hmm.
attack
Yep. Cost 1 endurance.
and 1d6.
Go first,
Yeah.
roll.
Oh, yeah, magic is 11.
Okay.
14.
You can get another fate, or you can spend your fate to reroll.
I'll spend my fate to reroll.
And that'll go back into the middle of the pool.
9. Got it.
Yep. Go ahead and roll your damage.
3.
3 damage. Okay. So that takes him from 15 down to 12 life.
Okay, and then I'll use reconnaissance to draw 1 card.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
Okay. Then it comes over to me. I am going to put 1 card in endurance, and I will put this into endurance. Okay, so Talva right now has a total of one. What's that?
I have a question on a play.
Yes.
Okay, this is not a red card, but I want to play this.
Sure. So you spin two and put it into your lane.
Oh, so I have
And
to put it into my lane.
right for two if you spin two. And then
Okay, so then,
and then
and then
advent
I just okay, that's what I want to do because I that was I have the two. I saved the two endurance.
okay, yep.
Okay, thank you. I'm glad I asked that when I did.
When the bad guy is about to attack, you can do the bottom of that
I
card
can okay, I can just discard it. Okay, great.
for 5, 6. So I've got 7 endurance for Talva. She's hurting with only 23 life, so she's gonna spend 3 and she's gonna put out her leather shield. Hopefully that can stop some of this damage coming through. And then that leaves her with 4 left. So she's got 2 types of attack left. I think what we will do, we'll go ahead and first off, we'll try to guess his name. So that is craft, knowledge, persuade. Craft. Okay, we'll use knowledge. So we need a 10 or less to guess his name. A 10. All right, getting a little bit closer. He's got 3 left. Then I'm gonna spend an endurance, use the throwing daggers. We're gonna go ahead and throw those at the orc archer that you hit. So I need a 10 or less. 13 is a miss. I will get a fate coin. Then we'll use an endurance to stab him with the trident. You need to roll a 13 or less for that. 9 is a hit. That's going to be D6 plus 2 damage. 3 plus 2, so 5 more damage on the orc archer. That takes him down to 7. Then I'm going to spin an endurance. Got 1 endurance left. So the only thing I can really do is I'll spin an endurance. I'll play for Swafnir. And
Okay.
in adventure, discard 1 fate to reduce the life of an opponent of your choice by 4.
Good.
So I will reduce his by 4 more. And now he's got 3 life left. That does cost a fate coin. That's it for my turn. He's badly hurt. I was hoping we could get rid of him, but we will have to settle for that. Okay, that means now we are going into the enemy phase. So our good friend the kobold is back. I'll roll for his first attack. He gets a 5, which is kobold scolding. The hero with the most cards in their hand discards 1 card randomly. I
I
have
only have one card. Only have one.
in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then I have to discard a card randomly. So I get scolded again by him. He keeps scolding Talva. And I was hoping not to use that one either. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm losing all my big hitting cards to him. All right. His second action, go ahead and roll a d20 and we'll see what he does next.
8.
Heat weapon. The hero with the most fate takes one of their weapons in play back into their hand or loses 2d6 life. They have no weapons, nothing happens. I have 1 fate. How much do you have?
I don't have any
Okay, so then this time it is me.
because I used the last fate. Remember?
Yep. So heat weapon, I have to take one of my weapons and play back into my hand. So I will take the throwing dagger, which you can see in the bottom corner. It's a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
That's cheap. That's a cheap weapon, so that's not too terrible for me. Okay. All right. Then it's Basil the Red's turn. I think you just rolled, right? So it's my turn to roll for this guy.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what he does.
How much life do you have?
I got 20. Does
Now,
he have
how much life does he have? Now?
18?
Oh, he's at full life?
Yeah, nobody's hit him. A random hero suffers 1d6 plus 3 damage. That was with the roll of 6. So I will flip over one of these tokens. Let's see who the random hero is. It is Halva. That's me. 1d6 plus 3. I evade with a 7. I got a 9. Not good enough. So I'm going to take 1d6 plus 3 damage. 5 plus 3 is 8 damage. I'm going to use my shield, which has protection of 2, which means I can block 2 damage. You may make your opponent reroll the damage dice from the attack. The new results count. So I will make him reroll. So I was taking 5 plus 3, which was 8. So let's have him reroll that. Okay, 2 plus 3 is 5, which is much better. So 5 damage. The shield blocks 2. I take 3 damage. That takes me down to 20 life. He blocks most of it with her shield. And then you can go ahead and roll for the Orc Archer.
Orc Archer has 3 life?
Yes, he does.
Okay.
And he's about to attack, which means can't you use...
I can use that card.
Yeah, what does that do?
Discard.
You have to
read the card. Well,
read the In an Adventure part.
Right. You may play this card before an opponent rolls the action die. The opponent loses 4 health.
Well, guess what? He gets snagged in your trap.
That's right.
Archer is dead. All right, good job.
Okay.
Ooh, that's good because we're really hurt. Okay, then we go to the time scale.
So now, question.
Mm-hmm.
Question. The kobold has 6 life?
Yeah, but we can't attack him until we guess his name.
Ah, okay. All right. That's the catch. Okay.
Yep. All right, so then time comes off. Now we're down to 3 time, which means draw a new henchman card and place it to the right of the other cards. So let's see, another henchman comes out. It is, oh, this is a bad one. The Orc Warrior. He's got 20 life, 3 defense, and 1 activation. So that is a tough cookie. But we should be able to guess this guy's name, hopefully, in 2 rounds.
So all we have left is Orc Warrior and
Basil the Red, the pirate leader.
Okay.
So if we can get rid of...
Put the wrong one away. Tarek the shaman. So Orc Archer.
We killed the shaman and the archer.
Orc Archer is gone. Okay, I put the wrong one away. Okay, I got the warrior out.
Okay, so we will refresh our cards. The first player token will go from you back over to me. And then we'll draw 2, and I will start the next round.
Okay. Draw 2 cards.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what am I going to put in endurance? Am I going to put anything in endurance? Right now, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 endurance. That's pretty good. I do have my special ability that lets me heal, which we may be pretty close to for me needing to use that. So I am just going to put 1 card into my endurance. Okay, so first, let's see what we can do about his name. So I'll spend 1 endurance to guess his name. Using my knowledge, I need a 10 or less. 15, that's a fail. I'll spend my fate to try again. 14, nope. That's unfortunate. Okay, so not able to guess the name. I'll spend 1 endurance to put throwing knives back out. Then I'm going to spend 2 endurance to play Hammer Fist.
Okay.
If an opponent loses 7 or more life due to one of my melee attacks, I can discard this card to do another melee attack with the same weapon without paying its cost. So we'll see. That may come in handy. All right, now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 left. I guess I'll spend 2 to increase my sleight of hand. That's going to give me +2 to my ranged attacks.
Mhm.
So now I can roll a 12 or less. And then we're going to go after Basil the Red because this Orc Warrior has a lot of defense. So I'm spending 1. We're going to go with the throwing daggers. Going to launch those at that pirate.
Yes, 3
Or less. Ooh, I got a crit. So I get to draw a card. That's a hit. And let's do damage. 4 damage on Basil the Red. That's going to take him down to 14 life. Actually 15 because he has 1 defense. So that actually did 3 damage. So he's at 15 life. Okay. And then I have 1 endurance left. And I am going to attack with my trident. So I need a 13 or less. 18 is a miss, and I get a fate. And then it is your turn.
Okay.
So you can refresh your cards from the last time.
I did. Really fast.
Oh, the in your lane are not refreshed.
Oh. I'm gonna add treat wounds to my lane.
Okay. Did you draw
Yeah.
2 already?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Then well, I just start trying to kill the Basil the Red. Well, I'm gonna try to guess his name first. So I played 1 to try to guess his name. And nope, 19.
So you get a fate coin.
Then I will try to attack Basil. So play 1. Throwing with my throwing knife.
So I would say your throwing knife. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, I don't
Have a
any.
fate coin in case you miss. So
Yeah, 1 string and change it. Is up to 3. 11. That's a hit.
okay, roll damage. He's got 1 defense. 6 damage. So he'll take 5. Good job.
Okay.
Got 10 life left.
Then I will do a magic attack.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
One
okay.
endurance.
I got to turn this way, right? And magic is
11 or less.
11, yeah, 11 is 3.
That's a hit. Roll damage.
2.
So he takes 1 damage. Down to 9 life.
Okay, and I will spend another 1 to draw 1 card.
With your reconnaissance. Mm-hmm.
My reconnaissance. And okay. Interesting.
Can you heal me?
Mm-hmm. It says, for 1, this a card effect cannot be the unconscious hero, so I can heal 1 hero for 2. So I use another 1 to heal you for 2.
Okay, that takes me up to 22. Thank you.
Then I'm going to put play 1 to put Fulmictus Thunderbolt in my lane.
Okay. So that's a spell, which means, well, I guess it's okay. Yep.
Yeah, which means he has to go in my lane, right?
Yes, you get to do 1d6 plus however much endurance you spend on that. Your other magic attack, your other spell has to go away though.
Okay. The Frigga, this one?
Yeah, the one you used already.
Actions? Okay. Does it go to discard?
Discard, yeah.
Okay. Done. That's much better. Then.
Now you can't use that because you already cast a spell this turn, but you can use it.
Next turn. Yeah, next turn. Okay, that's it.
All right, then we will go back to the kobold. I will roll and see what he's going to do this turn. 6. Heat weapon. The hero with the most fate weapon takes one of their weapons back into their hand. I have one fate, you have one, so we can pick. Do you have any weapons in your hand still? You do not, right?
No, I don't.
So we'll pick you, and then nothing will happen.
Okay.
So now you go ahead and roll for his second activation.
15.
15 is nothing, evil laughter. Then I'll go ahead and roll for Basil the Red. A 7. 7's an attack. A random hero suffers 1d6 plus 3 damage. So let's see what the random hero is going to be. It is me again. I'll try to evade. I do not evade, so I'm going to be taking 1d6 plus 3. 5 plus 3 is 8, just like last time. So again, I'm going to use my shield to block 2, and I'm going to make him re-roll that damage.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Could I have used this? I don't know if I made a difference.
And then adventure, re-roll an opponent's action die roll. You could, yeah, I would re-roll the roll, the D20 roll. That's what I would re-roll, not the damage. So
Okay.
I can re-roll it, and we can see if they miss. If you want to use
endurance. I have an endurance available.
Okay, so you use that, and what's it called?
Bad luck.
Okay, so let's give them bad luck. And why don't you go ahead and roll the D20, and we'll see what he does.
This goes in my discard, right?
Yep, that's in your discard.
Ooh.
I can't see it.
2, it's an attack.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Yeah,
And
6 plus 5, it's worse.
yeah, yes, it is. So I'm the one with bad luck. Okay, so I rolled the 2, so it'll be 7 damage.
I guess I better get ready to heal you again.
It's damage minus 2 is 5, so I take 5 damage.
Oh, goodness.
It's a good try though.
Okay.
2, 21, 20, 19, 18. So that takes me down to 17. And I can also use my special ability to heal myself. All right, so go ahead and roll a d20 for the Orc Warrior, and we'll see what he does.
15.
Nothing. Twirls the two-handed hammer. That's good. We needed that. And then we'll take a time counter off. Now it's down to 2 time, which we really have 2 turns to get rid of these. Otherwise, it gets really bad. Okay. So 2 is not on here, so nobody else comes out yet. Next turn, somebody will come out. Okay.
So who's first? Okay, you first player.
Cards, and I give the first player token to you.
Okay.
Refresh your cards, refresh your endurance, and then everybody can draw 2 cards. And you are up. Definitely both need to try to guess his name if we can.
All right. I'm ready.
Yep, go ahead.
I am going to try to guess his name. Oh, wait.
Okay, are you trying to guess his
Yeah,
name?
yeah, yeah. No, I'm getting ready to add something to my lane. I'm gonna pay 2 endurance to add Armatress. Until the start of your next turn, reduce the amount of all attacks against you by 2. This is in addition to armor. And it says test, magic test.
Yeah, that's just letting us know it's not an attack. So in order for that to work, you have to pass a magic test. And if it works, you get to reduce 2 anytime you get attacked. So go
Okay.
ahead and put that in your lane. So now it's in your lane. It costs 1 if you want to try to turn it on.
Okay. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm gonna try to guess his name.
Okay.
Did it. 7.
Okay, we'll take another token off of him. Fantastic.
Then I'm going to use 3 endurance. 1, 2, 3 to add a spear thrower to
Okay.
my.
Yep. So that goes in your lane. Yep.
I have a weapon now.
Mm-hmm. That's your ranged attack. Yep.
I'm running out of room.
It's fine.
Um, put this closer in here. Okay, now, all right, let's get ready to do some damage. We can. Okay, so I want to use my spear thrower. Okay, play 1 endurance.
Mm-hmm. And you are going after Basil the Red.
Yes.
Okay.
And 17. 11, that's a hit.
Yep.
And then the spear thrower is 1d6 plus 3.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Anthony. 4. I'll use my fate.
You can't reroll damage with that.
Okay, so 4 damage.
Okay, so he'll take 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Then I will attack him with magic.
Okay, so that spell is a little bit different. So however many endurance, that's what you're gonna add.
Oh, oh wait,
So
no.
okay, so it's fine if you do 1, it'll just be 1d6 plus 1. Or you can heal me, and I can try to kill him with that last 6 damage.
Yeah, I'll heal you for 2. So I'll
Okay,
use this last endurance to heal you.
thank you. That takes me
Oh,
up to
oh, wait, and then I can. No, I have to have an endurance to do that.
yep.
Okay. All right, that's it.
All right, so then it'll come over to me. I am going to.
Are you gonna try to guess his name?
I am. I'm just trying to see if I'm going to put anything in my 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Do I want to put anything in my endurance pile first? So this is going to be 1, 2, 3. I'm definitely spending 3. That leaves me with 5. I'll keep 3 for this. 2. Okay. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to spend 2 endurance and give Talva a little more self-control. So she'll get
Okay.
add 2 to her melee attacks. So now she hits with a 15 or less. She's going to have self-control. And then that costs 2 endurance. Next up, I'll try to guess his name with knowledge. I need a 10 or less. A 3, good. So that's 1 more guess. I only got to guess his name 1 more time. Then I am going to go ahead and do I just try to flat out kill this guy with the trident? A 15. I'll do the throwing daggers first. So I'll spend an endurance. She'll whip out some throwing daggers at Basil the Red. He needs 12 or less to hit. 7 is a hit. 1d6 plus 1 damage. 7 damage. He has a shield, so he takes 6. And Basil the Red, he gets hit in the throat with the throwing daggers. He's to the ground.
All righty.
Gets out of there.
That's
Now, this guy.
Orc Warrior.
The Orc Warrior, who is pretty tough. All right, so then I'm going to spend an endurance. I've got 3 left. To use my trident. If I miss with my attack roll, I can get 2 fate instead of 1. All right, so she needs a 15 to hit the Orc Warrior. Twelve is a hit. That's going to be 1d6 plus 1d6 plus 2 damage. It has 3 defense. 6 plus 2 is 8.
Hey.
8 damage. And he blocks 3, so he'll take 5. I could charge into the fray and make it 10 damage, but I don't think I'm going to do that. Right, so he'll take 5 damage. Or should I do that? You know what? I think I will. So I'm going to spend an endurance to play charge into the fray. Reduce my life by 3 to raise the damage by 5. So I'll charge into the fray. I'll go down to 16 life. He'll take 10 damage instead of 5. Then I'm going to play Hammer Fist. If your opponent loses 7 or more life due to one of your melee attacks, you may discard this card to immediately make another attack with the same weapon without paying its cost. So she's going to do her Hammer Fist attack, discard that card. She needs 15 or less to hit him again. 17, she misses. She'll use the fate. 5 is a hit. Another 1d6 plus 2. 6 plus 2 again is 8 damage, minus the 3 shield. He'll take 5. 5 more damage. So she lays into the Orc Warrior with a bunch of deadly strikes with her trident. She's going to spend 1 more endurance. She's going to charge into the fray again. She's going to take 3 more damage to add 5 more to the attack. She's down to 13 life, but 5 more damage. Orc Warrior's dead. She takes him out. All right, Talva. And I got 1 endurance left, but that is it for her turn. That is it for her turn. Okay. Then we go to our good buddy, the kobold with no name. We're really close to guessing his name. All right, so I'll roll for his first attack. It is a 12 healing spell. Heals all his fellow warriors by 5.
Glad you didn't get that.
But unfortunately for him, they're all dead.
They're all dead.
Spell doesn't work. All right, go ahead and roll for his second action.
10.
10 is healing spell. Heals all his fellow warriors. So he's trying to breathe. He doesn't realize they're dead yet. Like, and nobody's getting up. Okay, that's it for his turn. There's no enemies in the lane, which means we go straight to the time counter. So we remove 1 time. There is an entry for 1 time. So 1 more henchman comes out. It is Hook Joe. Pirate. He's got 15 life and 2 defense. So he could be tough. 15 life, 2 defense, 1 action. Okay, and then the first player token comes back over to me, even though it feels like Talva just did a bunch of stuff, which she did. But it does back over to me, and then we will, that's my 1 endurance. Refresh our endurance, refresh our cards. And then I will draw 2 cards. And we'll start with the next round. Okay, so I am going to how much endurance do I have right now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I'm going to put 1 card into endurance. So first up, after slaying the orc warrior, Talva is going to try to guess this guy's name with a knowledge roll. She does not guess it. So I will get a fate coin. I can't re-roll that, so you'll have to be the one to figure his name out.
Mhm.
Then I'm going to put my trident into endurance as my second endurance card because I'm going to be spending 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to have her equip the Warhammer. So she's going to equip the Warhammer. It does -2 to my attack roll because it's so big, but it does 2d6 plus 3 damage. Okay, so now she's got 3 endurance left, and there's just Hook Joe out here. So first thing we're going to do is start off with her usual throwing daggers. So she'll whip a knife at Hook Joe. She needs 12 to hit. 3 is a hit. That's going to do 1d6 plus 1 damage. 2 plus 1 is 3. He's got 2 defense, so he only takes 1 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's got 14 life. Then she's going to spend the endurance to swing the Warhammer at him. She normally needs a 15, but the Warhammer is so big, she has to roll a 13. 14, she barely misses. She will spend a fate. One, hit him with the hammer. Oh, and she whiffs. So 2 big swings at Hook Joe miss. She's got 1 endurance left, and she will just save that. Okay, it's over to you.
Okay. I will play 2 endurance to put down a snare.
Okay.
And I will throw the spear thrower.
Well, you might want to try to guess his
That's
name
his name.
because then I think he'll become.
So here's one to guess his name.
Okay.
13. Nope.
You have
Okay.
a token if you want to use it.
I'll use that. Did it. 4.
All right, fantastic. So you blurt out his name. And
Sacrifice.
exactly. When all
He hates,
are
he
moved,
hates his name.
turn the club name and can attack him like a normal opponent. Okay.
He
So then
sacrifice.
we flip over his card. His name is Carabusto, the kobold. Can only lose life after the heroes complete the guess's name. So he has 6 life, and he is now a valid target to take out.
All right.
And we should try to take him out as quickly as possible. Okay.
Okay. I'm going to let's play. I will use 1 endurance to draw 1 card.
Okay.
Okay. Then I will play my spear thrower. on the kobold.
Okay.
So that's 15. That's a hit.
That is a hit.
4 plus 3.
So 7 damage. The kobold does have an evade. So let's see if he can evade the hit. If he rolls an 8 or less, he takes half damage. If he does not evade it, your spear will have pierced him through his chest. So he gets a 10. That is not enough to evade. And the kobold has 6 life, no defense. So you have taken out the leader.
All right. The leader is
Right.
gone.
We just got Hook Joe to get rid of to win the game.
Okay. So that's done. So Hook Joe, get ready.
Mm-hmm.
So then I am going to, yeah, still got that one. So this one, that takes, how much life does he have? 15?
He's got 14 life with
And how
2.
much life do you have?
I got 13 life.
I got 29.
I've got my shield. I mean, he can't kill me with one shot, so I'm not worried about healing yet. I can
Right.
heal myself next turn, which I might do.
Okay, so I'm gonna try my Fomitus Thunderbolt.
Okay. How much endurance do you want to spend on that?
2.
Okay, so if you hit, it'll be 1d6 plus 2 damage. However much endurance you spend is how much you get to add to the damage.
Right. And then I have to roll under 11. 14.
All right, so you get a fate coin.
Yes. And then, okay. All right.
Anything else?
Nope, because I'm saving this one.
Okay, then we will go to the bad guy's face.
Well, let me just do, because I don't have to spend anything for this. I did this one. So that one. I will just play 1 endurance to heal you for 2.
All right, thank you. So Talva will go back up to 15 after her violent rage against the orc warrior.
Okay.
Then we'll go to the enemy face. Okay, so it's just Hook Joe.
So before he rolls,
You're gonna catch him with the trap.
yep, he'll do 4 damage. I mean 4 damage. 4
Okay.
life.
Yep, he loses 4 life due to the snare.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll have 10 life in total. Yes, he's like, "Arr," but not the pirate R. All right, so then he will roll his D20. He gets 1 action. Let's see what he does. 12. Attack. A hero chosen by the group suffers 1d6 plus 3. So I got
I got
15.
20. I got 29 life.
Okay, so let's go ahead and have you try to evade his attack as he lashes out at you.
Okay, my evasion is 6. Nope.
Okay, so you will take full damage. So go ahead and roll the 1d6.
4.
So 7 damage. 4 plus 3.
Okay.
Okay, then we go to the time scale. We take off the last token. So there's 0. If the kobold was still alive, he would.
Wait. Oh, but I didn't have any endurance left.
Right, you don't have any doors. If the kobold was still alive, he would get twice as many actions. No other henchmen come out, so we just need to defeat Hook Joe to win.
Okay.
Go ahead and refresh your endurance, refresh your cards, and I will pass the first player token to you. And then we get to draw 2. Go ahead and draw 2 and start your turn. So was that you putting 2 cards in your endurance?
Yeah, your endurance.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna play 1 endurance to draw another card.
Okay, go ahead and tap your reconnaissance.
Then I'm going to spend 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to put the elf bow in my lane.
Okay, so that'll replace your thrower. That can go to your discard pile.
So that does 1d6 plus 5.
Mm-hmm.
Um, okay. All right, I'm gonna use my elf bow to attack.
For 1 endurance. Yep.
16 is a hit.
That is. Go ahead and roll damage.
4
4
plus 5 is 9 damage.
damage. So he has 2 defense. So he's gonna take 7. That leaves him with 3 life left.
Then I am going to use my magic. Nictus Thunderbolt.
Okay. How many endurance are you spending on that?
1, 2.
Okay.
11, 12. Can I use this?
Yep, you do have a fake coin.
Nope, 15.
Okay.
Missed.
Mm-hmm.
Then my last thing will be to heal you for 2.
All right. We will
Just in
go.
case you need it.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go up to 17, but hopefully I can take this guy out on my turn. Okay.
Okay, I'm done.
All right. I think the first thing that I will do is going to use my throwing hatchet, test my ranged attack. If I hit, the opponent loses 3 life. This guy has 3 life, so let's see. That cost me 1 endurance to do that. Let's see if we're successful. So I need a 12 or less to hit him with the throwing hatchet. Bam. 5. Dead. It is defeated. We did it. Now let's go to the story. Go ahead and go to the story, and you could read the after a victory.
After a victory, your opponents try to stand up to you, but they are no match for your combat prowess and determination. You manage to play some tricks on the kobold to find out his name and give him a sound beating. A few minutes later, you are victorious, and your enemies have fled or lie dead at your feet. From the pirate hideout, you hear a fearful cry. There you find Silvana, deeply frightened but otherwise unharmed. You explain that you have come to help her, and she gives each of you a thankful hug. You feel like real heroes, unlike Alrik.
All right, we did it. Well, thanks everybody for joining this playthrough, and have a great day.